At 2:17 in the morning, every kid walked into the dark, and they never came back.
This film is completely unique. It's haunting. It's scary as hell. But it's really a film that's focused on the psychological baggage and how that baggage gets brought up as a consequence of these kids who go missing.
What did I tell you? Huh? What did I tell you? Jesus!
I want to know what happened in that classroom.
It's not a happy history.
I just want to make sure that everything's all right.
Don't follow me!
This is a movie I wrote very fast. I was in a place of extreme emotional pain. My best friend died in a very sudden accident, and I was feeling very intense grief. And I like to process my emotions through art. And so I sat down to write, not to write a movie, but to just write my feelings. I really had no idea where the story was going. It's kind of my favorite way to write. So I started, it was like a little girl started telling a story. I was like, I don't know what story she's about to tell.
This is a true story. It happened right here in my town 2 years ago.
These kids left, I don't know where they went. I know that I feel acutely missing someone, and this was a way to just be indulgent in that feeling of grief and of people missing someone and not getting to ask what happened or how it happened or why, just having no answers. It was a difficult story to put together. I would be lying if I just said I just blasted it out from emotional pain. The genesis came from emotional pain, and then it became time to put the thinking cap on. And
Dad, what the heck? Where were you? Put a little more of that in there. Is that cool?
with Barbarian, I think I had, it's my first movie, and I had no idea if I was crazy or not, honestly. I was like shooting all this stuff, and I was like, I have no idea if this giant naked lady is gonna be scary. I was like, am I out of my mind, you know? I like how Barbarian turned out. It was very gratifying for me to see this big roll of the dice kind of pay off. For Weapons, you know, I just feel like going into this, I have a little bit more firm footing in myself, a little bit stronger of a belief in myself.
Matthew!
I read the script and I thought the design of the script was really compelling, really interesting. And I kept going back to it.
It was so original. I've never read anything like it, and I feel like original things are more and more rare these days.
Then I met with Zach, and I felt like he was an open book. It was kind of like, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I've gone through, this is what the script came from.
She's a troubled person, is she not?
What is it you think that she knows?
Every character in this movie is a little piece of me. As an addict and an alcoholic, you know, there's a lot of that baked into everybody.
I'm concerned about you.
No, I don't need your fucking concern, okay? I'm not drunk.
Okay.
It's just an incredibly personal movie, and, you know, the final chapter with Gladys and Alex is, like, in a weird way, the most autobiographical chapter.
Alex?
As a child of an alcoholic, you know, I think a lot of people can identify with a family unit where a foreign substance or entity comes in and it turns the parent into something like a zombie.
Where were you?
Hey, X-Man. How was school?
What's wrong?
I would go to school every day and act like everything was cool, and I would come home and I would hide in a scary house from my zombie dad.
I think, in a strange way, this movie isn't just a horror movie.
Can we hug?
Yeah, of course we can hug. I think it's also like a love story in a very strange way.
Are you okay?
It's about people having the desire to connect, but not knowing how.
I'm sorry. I wanted to say it so many times.
For Justine, alcohol is a huge part of her storyline, and a lot of times people that drink, they want to connect, but they don't know how. But yet everybody is connected. Marcus?
We just wanted to really tap into everyone's experience of the events as they experience them. We never really want the audience to be in front of the character. We want them to be just tied with the character. I wanted it to be grounded.
There's like realism, but then there's surrealism. It's like kind of like a dolly painting.
If it feels like it really happened in a real town where people don't put their dishes away, and it just feels like a little too much clutter, that feels real, and that's somehow scarier. Excellent, right away, one more.
Zach's very clear on his vision. He had a very clear direction, and he does it with such grace.
I want you to come to this door a little slower.
Zach is amazing. He's so nice. He has his notes, but I totally understand that since you want it to come to life and you know that it can.
Zach's a unique filmmaker. He's a very sensitive director, and I think that came across when I met him and talking about his friend and what these characters were based off of. And I like that. He wants it to stay personal to him.
Weapons is these two kind of moments of pain and grief in my life and dialogue with each other, which is something I don't care if anybody experiences when they watch this movie. I hope people watch the movie and they have a really good time. And it's a thrill ride, but for me, it's a diary entry. Okay, good. Well done. Let's get a clean push. Thank you very much.
Weapons is eventful.
Weapons is fresh and hell, even a little funny.
Oh my God! Whoops! Look what I did. Oh my goodness.
It's strange. It's not like anything you've seen.
Stop! Dad!
And it's very human.
Probably kids did this if you ask me. I mean...
Yeah, I don't think it was the kids.
Weapons, you know, originally it was just the story of Justine, but as I was writing, I just wanted it to feel big and sprawling. So I knew I had to just jump around and rope more people into the mystery. Magnolia is one of my favorite movies. And there's a chapter in Magnolia where John C. Reilly loses his gun in the rain. I was like, that has to be somehow part of this. I need a cop, and I need it to be raining, and I need it to just be bigger than Justine.
You're part of an ensemble in a movie that's the star.
The truth is that I want an answer just as bad as all of you. I love those kids.
Justine is dealing with a lot of unprocessed grief and emotion of her own, and I think her life has settled into a really unhealthy rhythm where her only healthy outlet for love is with the kids in her class.
If you ever want to talk to someone, you can always talk to me.
The kids ground her in a way, and they give her purpose. So as soon as she loses that, she feels directionless and she has no purpose.
Julia is perfect for this part. You know, I didn't go to her initially because I thought she was too young. But I just decided to let go of the age thing. And I'm so glad I did because now I can't imagine anybody else in this part. She just like is Justine. When my cinematographer and I were talking about how to film each chapter, you know, we discussed that Justine is a prey animal and Archer is a predator. And prey animals have their eyes wide set. Justine is always scanning the surrounding for threat, and Archer, you know, predators have their eyes front-facing.
I see something that I don't understand at all.
Archer represents the everyman, the current everyman.
I want to hear from Justine Gandy.
Somebody who lives in resentment. So whether he's right or he's wrong, however he deals with any situation is usually the worst way. So he's following Justine, who writes witch on her car. This fucking 50-year-old adolescent little bitch. And that's okay, because you need that. Archer represents that morning you wake up and you go, what the fuck is the matter with humanity? But there's moments where you see there's a form of humility that starts to creep in. When he thinks he sees his son in the bed, he kind of breaks down and he says, I'll be a better father.
I really do want to say it all the time because I feel it all the time.
Those are little moments of hope, and that makes him a good guy.
I can get down on my knees and thank God every night that I have Josh Brolin in this movie. Every time he steps on the screen, I'm like, holy fuck. Josh Brolin saying the dialogue, and he's killing it.
I know all of this comes from the fact that you care, but you have to realize you aren't a parent, you're a teacher.
It's a part that I haven't really played before with Marcus. He's the principal of the school, and he's there to hold things down, and he's very much by the book. I mean, what does happen when 17 kids disappear? All eyes are on you. All eyes are on the school.
Okay, now that kind of thing is really not called for.
And the relationship with him and Julia, he likes her, he cares about her, but you know, she's a bit all over the show. Then when Gladys takes control, it's like, boom. He becomes one of her weapons.
I love Benny. He's just like this gentle giant. He's just got the biggest heart in the world. He's incredibly talented, and I love the duality he brings to this. You know, this really gentle, kind of disarming man who becomes a savage juggernaut who headbutts people's heads into mush. It's great. I mean, he's a blessing. Julia.
Alex, hi. I've been thinking about you a lot, and I wanted to make sure you're okay.
I'm okay.
Alex is an innocent who's convinced he's not an innocent. I'm very fascinated with characters like that who believe the worst about themselves, because I think I'm guilty of that a lot. Alex believes that he's at fault for what happened in this town because Gladys has kind of roped him into her plan.
Come, sit.
But ultimately, he is the fundamental catalyst for her undoing, which I also thought was really nice.
Hey, good day at school?
Yeah. Alex seems to have a great relationship with his parents, and he probably has friends, but he doesn't seem like outgoing. He seems kind of shy. But I can tell he's very caring because he like wipes people's chin and stuff like that later in the movie. And that's his bully too, so I'm like, wow, he's very nice.
One, back, and two, back. That's stage one. Here's what I love about Carrie as an actor is that he's super sharp.
Action.
Call action, he is just in the zone. He looks great, he looks terrified, he looks somber. He's whatever I need. And then you call cut.
Yeah! Woo! Piggyback!
And he's like a goofball 9-year-old kid bouncing off the walls.
I have the power!
It's weird. He's just like, he just clicks right in.
Oh, thank you so much. My name is Gladys. It's so nice to meet you. Oh!
I did not know about Gladys when I started writing this movie. I think I was probably in the shower or something, and I was like, it kind of snapped.
Is that my ribbon?
The conventional idea of a witch. I thought a fun take on that would be a brightly colored woman from Miami.
Detective, come in!
What a beautiful representation of like an evil person than this just like comfortable, chipper auntie.
There is some conversation about her history and the thought that she's done this before. You know, maybe she came from Boca Raton and she had been doing this to some of her friends.
So Gladys's clothes, Zach refers to her as a bit of like, she's a peacock. She's really, really colorful. I kind of stayed true with that. Like, she has an array of colors, and she kind of has these ensembles just matching things together, and then something's just not right.
Gladys was always a predator, and we sort of narrowed down her iris, put more whites in her eyes. That gave her much more of a bird-like look, and then we gave her these teeth that sort of dropped the gums down and made small little sort of beady baby teeth.
Who made the complaint?
One of the things that we also did that we talked about was Gladys has many stages, and when we first see her, she's in a sickened, weakened state.
Then you see, as we begin to degrade, when she's in the bald cap, you see the stringy hair and you see her skin and all of her imperfections.
And not until she starts doing these spells and sort of sucking the energy of people does she actually start to become the Gladys that we know and love.
Tomorrow people will come here, and we have to be ready.
This caliber of acting coming to a genre like this is not something that's very typical. And what it reminds me of is the real horror is the experience that these people are going through.
I'm so proud to be in the middle of it and let all of these people fly is just the greatest thing. It's the greatest thing. I love it.
Weapons is disturbing.
Weapons is horrifying.
This film is total immersion.
It's definitely one of the most interesting tones I've ever done in a film.
Rolling. Okay, let's bring the camera forward.
Camera forward.
With Weapons, I do know what I want, and that just comes from having written the script. So I'm a very visual person, so as I write it, I kind of see it, and so my whole job is to try and keep that pure and try and represent that image on the screen. That's my war every day, is to make sure that the resources and, you know, everybody is working together towards that same pure image.
Hey, found a kid.
The key with this film is that it's very normal, very average.
There's a lot of movies we talked about that just feel very grounded, and I think that's scarier.
It makes it much scarier for it to be in a world that you recognize as your own, and a thing happening to people that you kind of recognize as their own.
Whether it's the family that's come back from the grocery store and they only kind of half put the groceries away. It's about finding those details that make everything appear to be as normal as possible so that when you get this slow buildup of things going wrong, it just escalates, but that the audience has bought into this town as being the most normal place in the world.
Matthew?
And also, there's the realm where we're trying to make you slightly uncomfortable with how things are designed. Hallways are maybe a hair longer than they should be. There might be a few too many doors. You never know where a scare can come from.
Jesus fuck!
Or when someone's going to jump out.
This way, ma'am.
Principal Marcus sees this image of bright colors walking into his office.
Principal Miller and Gladys.
And he just can't quite believe what he's looking at.
The most special things in the movie are everything to do with Gladys.
Oh, welcome home.
Gladys brings chaos wherever she goes. So you start with a fairly normal house, and then once Gladys has come in, things start to go awry immediately. The trash builds up, the mail builds up, the newspapers go up, it becomes darker, everything becomes much more textural. The tree is a lot of fun. It's kind of the centerpiece of Gladys's world. This tree was special, like from the darkest jungles of Papua New Guinea, and it had been dug up, and she'd been moving it with her place to place. We started with digital sculpts of the tree, and then once we'd centered in, we ended up 3D printing all these different parts of the tree. Then they got assembled, and a bunch of different painters worked on painting it. And we ended up on this very creepy bonsai look with these very spiny, dangerous, black-looking leaves.
How she stumbled upon the specifics of this ritual and this tree, I think that Zach likes to leave some mystery there.
It's like a tree, not a tree, but a tree at the same time. It's a very interesting tree. Mom.
Hey, how was school?
We didn't want to liken these characters to zombies. We didn't want sunken cheeks. We didn't want veins everywhere. We didn't want lacerations or green skin. This is all happening in the moment. It should be hyper real. The one thing that Zach really drove home was the eyeballs. And Zach wanted to do it practically, and we tried our best, but when you're working with this area right here, it's really hard to add or subtract mass. So visual effects really stepped in and helped us out with that.
Come on, you piece of shit.
There's some pretty gory moments, for sure.
Have you ever seen anybody get peeled in the face? I know I haven't, so I don't know exactly what happens.
We've been tasked with creating some of the blood look and bile. So working with the director to get the right sort of color temperatures and values that they're looking for.
We went through a couple of different bile combos till we found just the right one. The key is it's got to be viscous but runny. It's got to be black but brown at the edges. Cut. Proud of Richie, proud of that decision. Yeah, Richie's the best.
We were also in the scenes of like children running out of the houses and a lot of the apex of the action. We have fabricated all the breakaway windows using balsa wood and traditional Hollywood techniques. The largest mechanical gag we had on this film was a collapsing fence. Gladys slams a gate behind her, and 3 or 4 stunt players climb up it, and we had a pneumatic system to lower that gate on command.
It's the sort of coup de grace of the film. It's the final moment where the bad guy gets hers. That's the kind of thing that you want to really land. We designed the cable mechanized body that once we release the cables, it allows the children to pull a leg or an arm off or the head at the jaw section. We're really taking the opportunity to get really creative about it.
Good job, guys. Thank you. As much as this movie is about magic, the process of making the movie is magic. This cooperation of artists to make one thing together and everybody putting their mark on it and everybody owning it together. It's my story, but it's our movie is just, I think, a deeply beautiful thing. Okay, you break a finger.
Yeah, I'll break
we'll
a
get
finger.
some biting in here.
I'll bite
good.
a finger.
Okay, cool. Love it. All right, good stuff, guys.